I was going to tell the story of the wise and the foolish virgins, because although it's not one of our readings, it's parallel to the gospel reading we'll have later on. So, is there anyone who's never heard this story? No? So everybody knows the story. Oh, well, perhaps you could tell me the story. No, I wouldn't be that unkind. The wise and the foolish virgins. Well, this is a parable that Jesus told. So I think it's a story that's not necessarily true in its in all its words, but it illustrates beautifully a situation. It's about readiness for the day of judgment. Wedding? Readiness for judgment? Yes. The wise and the foolish virgins were a group of girls, probably teenage girls, all giggling and excited about a wedding. Who doesn't love a wedding? Jesus loved weddings. He went to lots of them. Now, Jewish weddings are a bit different from ours. Ours, we book the church. Bride's usually ready at her house sometime in the morning or early afternoon. Car comes and picks her up, and her dad or whoever's accompanying her to the altar for the blessing. It all happens at a prescribed time, and invitations to all the guests make that time clear. Now, I was late for my own wedding, but that's another story. I got the hairdresser's time wrong. But the point is, everybody has an expectation to be at the church at a certain time for the ceremony to take place. Not so with a Jewish wedding. They enjoy uncertainty. Why would you enjoy uncertainty? No idea, but they do. What happens in the Jewish wedding is that the bride gets ready in her house, and she's there with all her beauty and her finery, and all the family are there, and the friends, they all cram into the house, and then they wait. They wait for the bridegroom to come and get her. There's something rather romantic about that, I think. But they don't know. There isn't an invitation that says, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so are going to be married be at such and such at this time. No, none of that. They know the day, so they can all congregate at the bride's house, and the bridegroom's people all know the day so that they can join him. And then what happens is the bride and her family and friends all wait excitedly in their house, while the bridegroom do I don't know what, get together, and at some point turn up to get the bride. And it can even be in the middle of the night. So Jesus told this story about a particular wedding where there were 10 very jolly, fun-loving teenage girls. And they arrived all ready to wait until the bridegroom came. Now, 5 of them realised that the bridegroom might be very, very late. So late he might arrive in the middle of the night when it's dark. So they brought lamps with them and oil to light the lamps with. The other 5 thought, well, we'll take lamps with us, but surely he's not going to come in the middle of the night. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Well, time went on. Everybody got very hungry, and somebody sent out for things to eat. I don't think they had Just Eat in those days, but there would have been something for them to munch on while the time went on. It got late, the sun went down, got dark, and everyone fell asleep. And then at midnight, the bridegroom arrived in a great train of people, probably banging tambourines and making a great hullabaloo. And of course, everybody had to get up and be ready for the wedding. Midnight. Well, the 10 girls who'd brought lamps and oil were able to light them and go with the procession. And the other 5 rubbed their eyes sleepily, saying, "What? It's midnight. He can't be here now." "He is here now." "Oh, but I've got no oil for my lamp." "Oh, no. Can somebody give me some?" No. We've just got enough for our own. You'll have to go out and buy oil." They won't be able to buy oil in the middle of the night, will they? So everybody goes off, and these 5 are left. Well, eventually they somehow manage to scrounge some oil for one lamp between them, and they all huddle along together. But by the time they get to the bridegroom's house, the door is closed against them. Now, at a real wedding, it would be opened and they'd be allowed in. But the point about the story is that we have to be ready for that moment of judgment. And actually, for each of it's going to be a different moment. We will leave this earthly life in a moment, not of our choosing, and not of anybody's knowledge. But there will be a moment we'll be alive, and then we won't be alive. We don't know when that will be. We have to be ready for it. Because the door is open to us, and then it's closed. If you're not ready, that's it. You can't do any more to make things right after the moment's happened. So the lesson is, be ready in every moment for it to be your last. It's a tough one, isn't it?